TriTiTo. You know, when I say it like that, it sounds like we're in some like Amazon rainforest and there's like this medicine man who's going to give you this potion and it's going to magically make your New Year's resolutions come true. TriTiTo. There you go. TriTiTo. I don't know. Hey, I'm Bradley Charbonneau. It's the 17th of February. You know what happens in February in my world? It's sort of like, you remember those resolutions way back in January 1st? You know, the ones like lose weight, write a book, you know, succeed at something or other. And how are those working out, right? So often, I think by mid-February, they're either long gone or they're starting to nag you. Now, many of you on this list viewing this don't know me so well. Now, let me give you a quick backstory, because maybe you came here because you saw or you read one of my books. I've written 28 books. I've been writing every day for 2,800 plus days. I have videos, I have podcasts, I have all kinds of stuff. I'm a creating machine. But let's back up a minute. Like back before TriTiTo. You know, what was it like before that? And how did I get here? And it has a bit to do with, you know, the thawing snow and those resolutions like melting away. And yet, how do we hold on to the ones that we want to hold on to? What about those ones that are nagging us and that are probably going to nag us for another 10 months of the year until we make the resolution next year that we do or do not take action on? And TriTiTo. I can't even say it without saying like the Amazon medicine man. TriTiTo. Oh. TriTiTo is what I needed back then when I was not taking action towards my passion, towards my dream. I had a passion. I knew what it was even. I wanted to be an author. And I wasn't doing it. And I wasn't doing it for years. And I figured out that I needed the magical potion from the medicine man in Amazon. Okay, you'll figure out that I'm making this up. But it's, if I gave you a potion like this, would you take it? Would you then take it to get over your limited beliefs that you can achieve this thing you want to do? That this New Year's resolution of yours is possible. And not only is it possible, it's possible for you. So, TriTiTo, you ready to drink up? Because here's a 3-part system that's going to get you from New Year's resolution melting away in February to getting it done by March. Ready? Here we go. 3. Trigger. The trigger is something, usually an external factor, triggers your passion. Remember, passion is a given. I know you have it. We all have it. It's just how much we hide it and how much we let it come out into the open, right? Mine was also closed up. I was absolutely a closet writer. I came out of the closet and finally said, okay, fine, I want to be a writer, but now I'm opening myself up to failure. So the trigger for me was John Muldoon. It was somebody else who triggered me to take action. He invited me to a 30-day challenge and said, Bradley, you got to write every day for 30 days. For me, that was super scary back then because I wasn't writing any days in a row. So for me, that was real action. And it had the part number 2, time. TriTi. Ti for time. TriTiTo. Time was, he had a definite schedule. 30 days, the month of November. It had a deadline. It had a time limit. So remember, we triggered my passion. I want to become a writer, but now I had a deadline to do it in. And I had 30 days in this particular month, this particular year, and that's when it was going to start and when it was going to end. That was fantastic. It wasn't like, Bradley, write forever for the rest of your life. Like, oof, really? It's like the dietitian. You can never have sugar or alcohol or wheat again. Like, wow, thanks. It's not going to happen, right? But if they say, hey, what if you did a sugar fast for a week? Ooh, a week. I could probably handle a week. Right? TriTiTo. Time. TriTiTo. Together. Find a group. Make a group. Create a group. Create a group out of nothing. With you and your energy, I believe, with the trigger and with the time deadline, you could do it on your own. It's possible. But yet, that together, the team, together is what's going to make it easier and better and more fun. You catch any of that? Believe me, at the beginning of this, I was not thinking easier or better or any fun at all. I was taking it way too seriously. I had this mountain of this gigantic dream ahead of me. I need to be this successful author, and I also need it to happen on day one, right? Unrealistic like mad. And yet, guess what was blocking me? The fact that I needed huge success on day one. I wanted to write the best book ever on day one. I've got a proposition for you. Instead of writing this mountainous, majestic, magnanimous, fantastic project or book or idea or song or company or anything that you are creating, anything that maybe was your New Year's resolution that hasn't exactly materialized, what could that be? And let's make that from a mountain to a molehill. Let's make it not the best project, not the best company of all time, not the best book you ever wrote. Are you ready for this? Here's the twist. You ready for the twist? TriTiTo. You ready for the worst book ever? But not only the worst book ever, your worst book ever. Because I'm going to take a gander here as to how many books you've written, and let's just say it's 0. So if that's the case, then this will be your first book. So by definition, it's your worst book, right? Kind of weird. But also by definition, it's your best book, because it's also your only book. But you know what? If you try to make your best book ever with no time frame, some time frame like someday or tomorrow or maybe when I retire, and you're shooting for perfection and you're gonna do it alone, can I tell you, it's gonna hurt. It could happen. It is possible. It's gonna be painful and slow and nowhere near fun. Ask me. Not fun. No fun. No fun. TriTiTo. TriTiTo. It's February. March 1st through March 8th, I have a 7-day, ready for this? Write your worst book ever challenge. In 7 days, you're going to start with an idea, ideally a really bad one. And at the end of 7 days, you're going to have a finished book. It's not going to be long. And I can tell you it's not going to be good because you know what? It's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. That's the goal. Are you getting this, right? You are going to make a goal of finishing this thing, but it's going to be silly or stupid or maybe the opposite of the book you'd really like to write. And what's that going to do? It's just going to quash those limiting beliefs that hold us back. Things like perfectionism and procrastination and also going it alone and not having a deadline. Now we've got a trigger. That would be me. Hi, I'm your trigger. I'll be your trigger for this evening. What would you like for dessert? A time, March 1st through 8th. It's 7 days. It's that time. March 1st through 8th, 2021. It's in like 3 weeks. And together. A group of us are going to be doing this together. You are not alone. We're all going to be writing our worst books. I will write a worst book. I think I even got a title. Susan has a book. She said I can't share the title. She's got an awesome title. She's already in. She's so excited. She's raring to go. And she's got a title. Let me just say it involves squirrels. I'll leave it at that. Come join us to see what Susan's book is going to be all about. Because let me tell you, it's going to be terrible. You know what's really fun? Like I was thinking, you're talking about friends. Oh, what are you doing? What are you up to? Oh, I'm writing a book. Oh, really? Is it good? No, it's terrible. I was even thinking of making a money-back guarantee that if you don't finish your book, and yet you go with you do the trigger, you do the timing, you do it together, and you don't finish your book, and you have not at least smiled in a week and laughed not only with ourselves, but at ourselves, I'll give you your money back. How's that, right? I can't say the name of my book. I had a book title. I was in a call the other day, and I had a book title, and because I was saying something, I had something about the tunnel and something about the rainbow, and I ended up with the rainbow at the end of the tunnel. That makes no sense, and yet did it? Did it not? Maybe it didn't. I'm like, oh, this could be a possible title for the worst book ever. Are you with me? Is this going to be fun or what? All right? You, as a 17th listener, that you are on this list of my newsletter that gets this every 17th of the month. I'm going to give you a 25% discount using the code TriTiTo. 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 Get 25% off the cost of the challenge. We're going to get a book done from March 1st to March 8th. I'm your trigger. That's the time we're going to do it together. TriTiTo. Drink up. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. Thanks for watching. I'll be here next month. In fact, I will be here every month on the 17th. Great to have you. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for watching.